And that's really the tough one for many people, because many people will say, hey, my marriage isn't doing that well, but I've been working on it for a month. I've changed my behavior for a whole month, and things don't seem to be any better. Let me share one piece of wisdom, if I may, regarding the issue of time in marriage. You know, when serious issues come to the surface in a marriage, here's what I can tell you. Those issues almost never occurred overnight. Catch what I'm saying here. The manifestation of those issues may have occurred overnight, but the cause of those issues almost inevitably goes back years, even longer. In other words, when a person suddenly goes broke, it's not that that's something that happened out of the blue. Almost never. Almost inevitably, you trace it back, and there was a bad decision followed by a bad decision, followed by a refusal to course correct, a refusal to change, a refusal to take wise counsel. And they've been making wrong decisions for years, but they finally hit the point where somebody evicted them from their property, and now it's at crisis level. That day when they got evicted, that's not the day when everything went wrong. It's been going wrong for years. It's just the manifestation of issues that have been there for years. So when issues rise to the surface in a marriage, here's what you need to remember. You can't walk 5 miles into a forest and expect to get out in 1. And we do that in marriage all the time. There's been an issue brewing for years, and it suddenly manifests. And we're suddenly expecting that we're going to be able to fix this thing in weeks or months. Sometimes we've walked a long way into the dark woods, and we expect that we're going to get out in a very, very short amount of time, and it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it's a long hike back. When an issue's been years in the making, it's not going to get solved quickly most of the time. You're going to need to be patient. You're going to need to persevere. You're going to need a lot of the grace of Jesus. And I don't share this with you to discourage you. I share this with you so that if you're in that place, you can get your mind in the right place. You can have the right expectations, not be impatient, but understand, okay, this is something I'm going to be doing for the long haul. Because the issue might not even have anything to do with the other person in the marriage. It might be junk that one person brought into the marriage from years earlier that they never dealt with, and now it's coming out in the marriage. But it might also be, obviously, an issue that's been in the marriage for a long time. You've probably all seen this before. The last kid grows up and leaves the house, and suddenly mom and dad get a divorce. And nobody, their friends, nobody can figure out how the heck that happened when they've been married for 20 years, seemingly happily. The answer is that there's probably been a deep issue or some deep issues in the marriage for most of that 20 years, but it's just that kids provided a distraction and a way to avoid having to deal with the issues and confront the issues because you're so busy with the kids and raising them and kids' activities and social engagements that you could just put those issues on the shelf. And then suddenly when the kids leave the house, suddenly there's all this space for conversation and interaction that wasn't there before. And suddenly you can't hide from those issues anymore. And people think, what changed? And the reality is there were issues there for a long, long time. What changed is that they ran out of ways to hide from those issues, but they were years in the making.